BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston, Texas is the site of the first leg of this Eastern Conference Semifinal series between the Houston Dynamo and the New York Red Bulls.
Also has a strike partnership up top in Will Bruin and Giles Barnes that is scoring now. Will Bruin, 2 goals in the last game, showing that he's potent in the playoffs. In the last 19, 11 goals for Tim Cahill, an aerial threat, and obviously it's fun to play next to Thierry Henry.
Horses Shield winners, the #1 seeds, have only won 6 of them. The last time was LA in 2011. That's the task that New York face here today. Ball by Luli Ndula into Johnny Steele. The space on the left-hand side for Carney. He has to wait for that ball from Dax McCarty. Pulling out left here is Thierry Henry against Bobby Boswell. Floats across and it's a good one! There's the opening goal! The informed Tim Cahill buries the header. A magnificent cross from Thierry Henry. New York lead by a goal to 0.
The beauty in this play, Arlo, is watch Thierry Henry adjust his body so he doesn't have to collect the ball. He lets the ball run past him. That makes this movement so much more efficient and makes it difficult for the defender to defend. And then the ball is world class. I mean, absolutely on a platter. But if he doesn't swivel like that to let the ball roll across him, he doesn't have the space to curl that in. And Tim Cahill, again, an aerial dominance for the New York Red Bulls and becoming their biggest goal-scoring threat.
Well, he arrived last season, a designated player, which in Major League Soccer means a very high earner. Fallen out with during the season, but the two on the same page now. Petke saying he just wants to be coached. Good cross in there from Brad Davis. Balls to the edge of the area, Bonnie Garcia working against Carney. Rolls it back for Sarkodie. It's not a bad effort. Wasn't far away there, Kofi Sarkodie. He scored in the playoffs here last season against DC United.
Well, this is Sarkodie in a more advanced position. You can see Tim Cahill falls asleep for a second, doesn't look over his left shoulder. That's a good strike on his weaker foot.
He does brilliantly well to release Alexander, and now McCarty, and they're in here, New York. Cahill threads it through, he's onside. Eric Alexander on the right foot, now the left foot. Here's a chance, and it's a goal. It's a devastating breakaway once again by the New York Red Bulls. Eric Alexander scored on his last visit here, and he's made it 2-0. The flag stayed down. What a start for New York. 31 minutes in, they lead Houston by 2 goals to 0.
Well, and the danger is the Houston Dynamo have to start pushing numbers forward and taking risks, and that's exactly what you can't afford to do against a team that's this good on the counterattack. Boswell tries to go in. He thinks he can get to that ball from Cahill. A terrific cutback there from Alexander, and Tally Hall's thinking that ball is going far post. You think the chance is gone at this point. Takes the look, sells the fake, cuts it underneath his plant foot, and sending that back towards the near post right here. Tally Hall is expecting that far post. Look at him leaning. He's already getting ready to make that dive. Alexander sells that so well. He gets it to the near post. Discount double check 2-0. How you like it?
Little Sounders hope that they can go to Gerald Wendt Field in front of more than 20,000 on Thursday night and advance themselves. Here's an opportunity. Bruin in the penalty area. Right foot over the bar.
Well, this is just a great run in behind Giles Barnes. Look at the third man run already happening from Will Bruin as Sakaya moves out to take care of Barnes. Will Bruin immediately goes into the space that his strike partner leaves, trying to go high near post with that one as Sakaya is falling to the ground and blocking that low far post option.
They only find Clark, an important toe in there by Holgerson. But wonderfully spread out by Craval to Brad Davis, the Houston captain. Here comes the cross. It lands on the edge of the 6-yard area and Giles Barnes couldn't reach it. But here is the edge of the area through Ricardo Clark, and they're back in it. He scores big goals for the Houston Dynamo, Ricardo Clark. For the first time this afternoon, New York looks a shambles at the back there, and Clark takes advantage. It's 2-1.
Well, and they find that space in a wide position, and it ends up being a New York Red Bull team forced to recover throughout this whole play and just not clearing the ball well. Terrible clearance there at the top of the box. Carney sends it out to Ricardo Clark, but watch as this ball comes far post. Plenty of options in the middle to challenge for this ball, and Carney shanks this clearance to the one place he didn't want it to go, right to Ricardo Clark, and Olave probably deflects this past his goalkeeper. It looked like Robles had it, and that's his reaction right there, as he knew he could have made that save if it doesn't get deflected, but that's the response that Wade Barrett was talking about he expected from this Dynamo team.
Ash closed down by Alexander Davis. Neatly into the feet of Cummings, and a rash challenge by Olave into the back pocket. He goes again! A red card, a straight red card for Hamilton Olave.
Here it is, and that's, you know, it becomes very subjective. You know, for me, I see that tackle a lot during a game. That trailing leg or the cleat exposed sometimes forces a referee to say that is serious foul play. But if I'm having to pick a position here, I say that's a yellow card for a reckless challenge.
Forward comes Boswell. Eric Brunner is in there as well. Ricardo Clark having a shoving match here with Dax McCarty in front of the goalkeeper Robles. Davis with the left foot. He goes in, oh, and it's just wide. Agonizingly wide for Eric Brunner. Terrific service from Davis. A terrific header as well, inches away.
Well, no one gets a body on Brunner. He gets a free run up to that one. Just can't get high enough, and you can see Barklage trying to recover. Had lost his mark early on, never caught back up with them. And you're absolutely right. Outstanding delivery, which freezes Robles on his line. And Brunner just can't knot it towards the goal. Gets it down under the crossbar, just not inside that post.
I wonder at this point, Carl, how much New York are getting out of Thierry Henry, who is 36 years of age, and he's all alone up top. Brewing into the area. Driver! The substitute tried to wrong foot the goalkeeper but missed.
Well, Bruin has this in his game. You know, there are times where I've been so impressed with his ability to run with the ball at pace, how shifty it is, finds the right pass, just going wide. Driver on his weaker foot, trying to curl it around Barklage. Robles shuffling over to his near post.
A third corner of the match. Stoppage time at the end of the 90. Davis lofts it in. The header comes in for Boswell, and it's forced home. Omar Cummings equalizes for the Houston Dynamo. Through sheer will, they're level at BBVA Compass Stadium. Cummings has his first goal in the orange shirt.
Great ball in from Brad Davis, and this first header from Boswell. Diving save from Robles, and instead of pairing it wide and getting it around that post, he just tees it up perfectly for Omar Cummings, who's right there to tap it in. But this first header, outstanding from Bobby Boswell. Again, another Houston Dynamo player not getting bumped, no one there to throw him off, gets a free header. Maybe Robles has to be better with that, parry it wide so there's no rebound. But Omar Cummings in the right place at the right time, and Houston Dynamo again in the playoffs come back from being down at half.
They don't have a good record, Houston, at New York. Oh, how they love a third goal. Flicked on by Weaver. Cummings in the area. It's a challenge. Oh, it looked like a penalty. They're on their feet in the stadium. Play on. Garcia. He'll curl it in. McCarty gets it half clear to Carney.
Oh, Arlo.
Well, well, well.
Looked like in live time to me it was a penalty as well. He's in the box.
Penalty.
That's a penalty.
Penalty kick, and they've been reprieved, New York. So they win one and lose one, I think. Kyle, would you say, New York?
Yeah, I think
in terms of refereeing decisions.
The first one was maybe up for more debate than that one was. Ends 2-2. This second leg is going to be something else.
An extraordinary second half. A thrilling afternoon of playoff football here at BBVA Compass Stadium.